Hi, it's Peg and Des.
Love and Hip Hop New York.
So we've been away for a while, but we have been watching the shows. We are ready to dish on Love and Hip Hop. Before we get into it, I want to remind you guys, subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
And watch our other videos.
Absolutely. And make sure to leave us some comments on this week's episode of Love and Hip Hop. A lot happened. We have to, of course, get started with the New York love triangle. Amina, Tara, Peter, slap a license down, let somebody know I'm married, it's validated, what you gonna do?
My heart hurts for Tara. I know you don't care about these people. You don't have any kind of sympathy. I feel bad for her. And I mean, yes, she has been putting up with this stupid man in her life for 13 years. And he has the nerve to act the way he's been acting. I don't even understand. He's like crazy. I don't understand him at all.
So no, I don't either. I will agree. I do not understand. I do understand the whole side piece movement, right? I mean, I get it. People have them. How you allow the side piece to pressure you into marriage is what I don't understand. That's the part that's so interesting to me, because he looks in the camera and he says there was a point in the relationship. Now keep in mind, he and Amina have only been dating or seeing each other for a year at this point, including the marriage.
Oh, it's only been a year total? I thought it was a year into the marriage.
No, he said that he's been dealing with Amina for the past year. I mean, I guess timelines with Peter can be a little shaky, but my understanding is I met and started dealing with this girl a year ago.
Okay.
So including the marriage time, which means that at some point, months into them dealing with each other, she was able to convince you to marry her.
Yes.
What I would love to understand is, did Tara not ever make the same request? Because if it was just a matter of putting a little bit of pressure a couple months in, why didn't Tara get that on her?
I mean, I'm assuming maybe that at some point early in their relationship, Tara wanted to get married. But I think a lot of women these days are afraid to say that to a man, because they don't want a man to be like, what, marriage? Oh, no, and run. So I think in a way she was going under this assumption, we are married. And actually, after 10 years, aren't you a common law wife at that point?
I don't know if those laws apply in the state of New York. Who knows? But I will say this. I don't feel sorry for Tara in the sense that, I'll cry a tear for you over this crappy relationship. I will shed several over the years you've wasted. I think there is nothing sadder than looking back on your existence and saying, I have wasted this time. I haven't grown any. I haven't made any new money. I haven't done anything differently. I am exactly where I was 5 years ago.
Well, here's the thing, though. She has 2 children with this man. So to Tara, she was living a life. They said their relationship wasn't perfect. All of a sudden it comes out he's been sleeping on the couch. I guess that gives him license to go marry someone else behind her back. But she has been raising her children with this man that is basically, for all intents and purposes, her husband.
Doesn't change the fact that she wasted the last 5 years. I won't say that she wasted the entire duration of the 13, but after he cheated on her the first time and had that additional family, she stuck around for 5 more years. At that moment, excuse me, that could have been the breaking point. Right. And so to now be 5 years down the line from that moment and still be in the same position, that's a terrible feeling. I hate when I waste 30 minutes in my day, let alone 5 years.
Well, she said that there was a point even when she was supporting him.
Of course. First of all, has anybody seen anything from Peter Gunz other than a reality show with his son Corey Gunz? And that lasted on the MTV for 9 episodes, if that.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Sometimes I look at these guys and I think none of them are attractive to me.
Right.
To put up with this kind of crap. But
right.
but maybe they're not to my taste. Do you think that Peter Gunz is attractive enough for all of this?
I have a hard time separating stupidity and looks. So when I look at someone and I think that they're stupid, you all of a sudden become very unattractive to me. So I can't, and I'm not even trying to be funny right now, like I objectively cannot look at him and say that is an attractive human being, because I've heard him speak, I've heard his rationale for the foolishness that he does, and I think he is probably one of the dumber people who've graced my television.
And then he just goes right on to Amina's house And now he's
They're
not
golfing.
there.
They're golfing.
I really felt bad with Patera when she saw that golfing video.
They're golfing.
I was like, this man is just egregious.
But so indignant when Tara started cutting up the clothes and the guitar and everything. He came in the house with those LL Cool J sunglasses on, talking about what.
I know. He was like, this is how you just remember. This is how you chase me away. She was like, excuse me. Oh. Okay.
And then hold on, one more thing. Before she leaves, or before he leaves, she says, I want you to make sure to come back and get your stuff. I don't want to see you for a while.
Yeah.
That was when Peter was supposed to fight for her. He goes, all right, if that's what you want, I'll see you later.
And then he's talking.
He's not beat.
But
he's not beat.
Saigon is telling him you gotta fix things with her. He's like, my wife found out about my wife. I don't really understand what's going on in that man's head. I don't believe he actually really wants Amina long term either.
Of course not. He sits and looks in her face and says, do you want out?
Right. Yeah. He's like ready to run.
Yes.
Because if you say so,
right, like I got you, girl. I got you.
He's gonna have a Peter Gunn shaped hole in the door as soon as she goes, wow. You know? Oh yeah. All right, let's talk about Tahiry and Joe Budden.
Okay, Tahiry, listen. I just want you to know this from the bottom of my heart. I am so bored with this. I was trying to get a little excited.
You were championing the relationship.
I was trying to get excited at the beginning of the season because you all were doing something new. It looked like it was going to be a nice, amicable, friendly, loving relationship. People are in counseling, and here we are once again with the same mess. I mean, you want to talk about an indignant man.
Okay, yes. And you know what? I don't blame Tahiry because she did separate from this guy, but they had this thing last season. It seemed like he was really in love with her, and she gave him another chance. If you still love the man, she gave him another chance.
Foundation on the pillow, weave in the bed.
And he's defending it.
At her and says, what's the big deal? We were just talking in the vertical position.
Oh, I was like, Joe
horizontal position.
Are you really gonna look me in the face and say this to me right now?
When they were in the counselor's living room, because that was not an office, by the way. When they were in the counselor's living room, the counselor, Tahiry decides to dress in very interesting ways for interesting occasions. She comes in the counselor's office with stretch pants and a crop top on.
Yeah.
As she walks past the camera, the counselor's like, So she has a seat. And she starts talking to Joe about all the foolishness, starts screaming on him, and she's like, a real man wouldn't do this. That counselor was nodding so hard.
Yes.
Like, I will be the one, Tahiry. Don't you worry about him. I got you, boo.
Well, because even the counselor could see that Joe Buttons was so full of crap that Tahiry was 100% right. She was like, you're going to disrespect me like this after I gave you this chance, after I put so much into this relationship?
That counselor was like, I will take you home and I will never let a smidgen of dirt, foundation, dust, or any kind of particles ever fall on our bed.
Well, what about when Rashida, what's Rashida? Naya. Naya said to Tahiry, I talked to Joe Buttons. And for a second I was like, wait, was she the woman in the bed? But then I remember they had the scene where they were in some, strip club. In the strip club having that conversation. But Tahiry, I really seriously hope you are done because there is nothing else to talk about with him. If he's going to look you full in the face and lie the way he's lying like a rug, there's nothing else to talk about with him.
I just want Tahiry to go and audition for her Redbox movies. I want her to continue wearing...
I thought it was softcore porn.
There you go, that too. I want her to continue wearing crop tops. I want her to stay in great shape and give us great weave.
Yes.
I want her to move on and find yourself somebody who will appreciate you.
Maybe the counselor.
The counselor...
Take up with the counselor.
The counselor is ready. That is a cat daddy waiting to happen. So, we have to talk about Erica, Rich, and Chipotle.
I love Chipotle. First of all, please, Desiree, if you ever see me somewhere out here talking about, oh my God, I love me some Popeyes. Oh my God, I'm so happy.
I love Chick-fil-A in a way that's actually pretty unnatural. But I really don't want to be caught on camera with the nutty professor. Ooh,
You know,
Chick-fil-A.
people out here acting like this is gourmet. Come on, people.
Chipotle and Erica are as inauthentic as it comes. I think that Erica does hook up with girls. I do believe that. Now, the degree of her lesbianism, who knows? But I do not believe that Chipotle is interested in women in any respect. I think she wants a side of dick with that Chipotle.
I think that she wants to be on camera.
Yes.
And they make a very good looking pair of girls, I'll say that.
That is so inauthentic.
But no, I don't believe that there's any.
That girl is
love
clearly
connection.
like trying to get her King magazine set on.
Right.
You know, like, oh,
she probably will off
like,
of this. Too.
Exactly. You know, here I come with my big boobs and my big butt and a lot of long hair, a lisp with very full lips. And
I liked it when Rich Dollars shows up. She kept calling him Rich Dollars. It was so funny. Every time she said dollars, it was like she was calling him like a bad name. I liked it how she did that.
I feel so sorry for Rich this season. He cannot help for the number of people coming at him.
Yeah.
Like every time he goes
fucking him
someplace.
everywhere in the streets.
And he was invited there. I was feeling Rich. He was like, you invited me here. How are you going to invite me here and then mistreat me? That's so disrespectful. So
meanwhile, Erica couldn't care less. She's like, we used to make money.
Yes.
We're going to get checks. I don't care. And he's like, your girl has a problem with it.
Chipotle is just not having it. I don't like that he did that to you. And like
But
she
she
doesn't
has a point. But then Rich has a point too. He's like, look, Erica Mena got over plenty in that relationship.
Of course she did. Are you kidding me? Just because he took one raggedy song from her and handed it off to Olivia that was never played on the radio anywhere, nobody cares about that mess. That girl got over so good on Rich Dollars, it was ridiculous. She's out here doing club appearances and making money and on the show, and you know, he actually helped her career. And she recognized that.
How does she now show up with the signed artist agreement that they argued about all season long last season?
Because she's manipulative and she knows what she's doing. And Rich, you saw Rich. I mean, you saw what his priority is. She's like, it's going down. And he was like, oh, where's it going?
Yeah.
Is it going
Well,
here?
she's hot. I can't deny it. I mean, maybe I'd get with Erica.
I don't know. She just got so much foolishness going on.
She does. I will say.
I can't really find her sexy because her foolishness is in the way.
Can we talk 2 seconds about Saigon?
We really can't.
I mean, I could care less, dude. Oh, the baby's mine. Guess what?
That was the most
a
ghetto
long time.
birthday announcement I have ever seen in my life. I gather all my
The
friends
boy
and
is mine. That was like Michael Jackson. The boy is mine.
They gather my friends and family, pull you aside, open some paternity results, which I'm happy to see were from the same clinic as the Maury results. I was like, good, these are some good, reliable results. And whatever her name is with the gap teeth was sitting there with her lamb chop eyelashes, and everybody was just supposed to act like it was one big happy announcement. I said, this is the most ghetto situation I've seen in a minute.
Whose house was that? That wasn't his house.
Girl, please. That was Mona Scott Young renting somebody's house for a barbecue.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, there's a pool out there? No, come on.
Come on.
These people are living in a 1-bedroom apartment.
You saw the outside of Peter and
Yes.
I was like, what block do y'all live on?
I think they live on 116th Street and 2nd Avenue.
I don't know where they live, but I know I'm not going. You ain't ever got to worry about me catching Peter Gunn stuff on
That
the street.
was a regular ass looking apartment.
In the outside looked worse than the inside, and I didn't think that was even possible.
I loved it when the guys were making fun of him. They were like, shit, all your stuff outside, like the Biggie video? I was like, that's so funny.
No, quite unlike the Biggie video, because I do remember the Biggie video, and it actually looked nice at that house. All right, so this is it.
Yes. We are coming back to you next week with more foolishness. I can't wait. Remember, guys, subscribe to our channel and leave us some comments. Tell us what you think.
Absolutely, and make sure to watch the other videos on our channel.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.